So yesterday we have seen all the activities relating to posting of documents in general ledger accounting. Now, blocking of GL account. So sometimes, right, a GL account may have to be blocked for different purposes. So while doing the step, I will explain. So if you want to block a GL account, you need to go to the transaction code FS00 only. Say, for example, I want to block cash account. So go to FS00, GL account 200, 100, cash account. Company code SSKH. Company code SSKH. Go to menu GL account block. See, all the functions relative to GL account master record are available in the same menu. If you want to create a GL account, you click on create. Create with the reference, we will see later. Then if you want to block a GL, if you want to change a GL account, click on change. If you want to only display the GL account, click on display. Just a minute. Then if you want to block, as simple as that. Go to menu GL account block. Here, block in chart of accounts, block in company code, right? Go back to notes, please. Go back to notes, please. Put heading. Blocking of GL accounts. Put heading. Blocking of GL accounts. A GL account can be blocked. A GL account can be blocked at two levels. Number one, chart of accounts level. Number two, company code level. Number two, company code level. Next heading. Blocking of GL account. Blocking of GL account at a chart of accounts level. Blocking of GL account at a chart of accounts level. At this level, a GL account can be blocked. A GL account can be blocked for the following purposes. Number one, blocked for creation. Number one, blocked for creation. If this option is selected, we cannot create the GL account. We cannot create the GL account. With the same number. With the same number in other company codes. In other company codes. Using the same chart of accounts. Using the same chart of accounts. Means what? Say, for example, we have three company codes. company code A, company code B, company code C, right? So all these three company codes are using the same chart of accounts. Okay. Now, here, blocked for creation, right? So in company code A, we created cash account with 2,100,000, right? So in that case, this 2,100,000, right? We can use this number. We can use the number in the company code A only. But in company code B, you cannot use. In the company code C also, you cannot use. Remember, we can create the cash account, right? But we cannot use the number 2,100,000. Means, you know that when several company codes are using the same chart of accounts, account number, account name, account group will be same in all the company codes, right? So in this case, you have blocked the GL account for creation. Then you can create the GL account with the 2,100,000 in company code A only. But you cannot create the GL account cash account with the number 2,100,000 in other company codes. You can create the cash account, but with some other number. Getting my point? Now, next, write down. Blocked for posting. Blocked for posting. Blocked for posting. If this option is selected, we cannot post the business transactions. We cannot post the business transactions into this GL account in all the company codes using the same chart of accounts. Using the same chart of accounts. Using the same chart of accounts. That means here in company code A, you cannot post the transactions. In the company code B also, you cannot post the transactions. In the company code C also, you cannot post the transactions. Clear? That means it will have the impact in all the company codes using the same chart of accounts. Next, number 3. Blocked for planning. Blocked for planning. If this option is selected, we cannot enter the planned values. We cannot enter the planned values. For the GL account in all the company codes using the same chart of accounts. Using the same chart of accounts. See? Okay, sure, no problem. If this option is selected, again I'm repeating, please write down. If this option is selected, we cannot enter the planned values. We cannot enter the planned values for the GL account in all the company codes. Using the same chart of accounts. Using the same chart of accounts. So here in company code A, right, we cannot enter the planned values. In the company code B also, we cannot enter the planned values. And in the company code C also, we cannot enter the planned values. So planned value means this we use in controlling, right? Targeted value. That means, for example, right, this month, right, we are expecting that the planned consumption of the raw material is 10 crores. We are expecting that the planned consumption of raw material is 10 crores, right? That is the target value. Then we consume the raw materials actually. That raw material consumption actually is posted. So that actual value is compared with the planned value. If the actual value is more than the planned value, we say that we have performed inefficiently. So the difference between actual value and planned value is called variances. So the variance reports are generated in the controlling. At that time, I will explain you how to enter the planned values and all these things. Planned means targeted values. Clear, Arha?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if anybody wants, they can write it down.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry?
Yeah, good morning, sir. This is Venkat here.
Yeah, Venkat.
Yeah, sir, this anytime at the time of posting the GL, we can be blocked, or after any entries are there, after that also we can be block the GL?
We can block at any time.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank
Before
you.
posting also we can block, and even
Okay.
after posting also we can block, right? So for example, you have posted 100 transactions in the cash account, right?
Yeah.
Now you can block the GL account, cash account. In that case, you cannot post from now onwards.
Okay. And then if any in future, if you require that cash,
You can unblock it. You can unblock it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I will show you both the activities now.
Okay, sir.
Please write down this.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Suman
morning.
this side. Sir, block for planning, it is, what is it? It is for the GL code?
Yes. So the GL accounts are always represented with the GL account number. And the GL account number is also called GL code.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Not like that. Yeah, maybe you are right, right? Araha is posting one statement. When it reaches to certain value, we block this account. That is also one of the purpose, right? So why to block, right? What is the purpose of blocking the GL accounts in the real time? I will explain you once I show you how to block and how to unblock. Okay. I hope everybody has completed writing this, right? Next. Put heading. Blocking the GL account. Blocking the GL account at the company code level. Next heading, blocking the GL account at the company code level. At this level, we can block the GL account only for the purpose of posting. we can block the GL account only for the purpose of posting. Only for the purpose of posting. In this case, we cannot post the business transactions. We cannot post the business transactions into that account in that company code only. In that company code only. So here we have only one option, block in company code, right? Now, so go to menu GL account block. So I am going to block the cash account, right? Go to menu GL account block, select the relevant item to block and save. Say for example, I'm selecting block for posting in the company code, right? Click on save. Now you cannot post the transactions into cash account from now onwards. See, F-02. Document date is 3/1/2023. Type is SA. Company code SSKH. Posting date 3/1/2023. Period 10. Currency INR. Posting key 40. The account is 2,100,000. Click on enter. See the error. The account 2,100,000 SSKH means in company code SSKH is blocked for posting. Now, how to unblock? Unblocking the GL account, FS00. GL account is 2,100,000. Company code SSKH. Go to menu GL account block. Deselect the relevant items to unblock and save. Deselect this. Click on save. Now you can post. See, F-02. Document date is 3/1/2023. Type is SA. Company code SSKH. Posting date 3/1/2023. Period 10. Currency INR. Posting key 40. The account is 2,100,000. Click on enter. See, it is taking you to the next step. Now, what are the purposes for which the user wants to block? Actually, the blocking of GL account is an end user activity, right? But as a consultant also we have to learn because we have to give the training to the end users. Suppose if they want to block a GL account, how to block, they should know. So that's why we have to provide the training to the end users also on all the end user transaction codes. That's why we also have to learn. And also we have to prepare end user manuals, right? So how to prepare end user manuals, how they look alike, right? I will send you some template end user documents to you at the end of the training sessions. So you can use them as templates even in your real-time projects also. Okay. Now, what are the purposes for which we can block a GL account? Say, for example, normally, sometimes we block the inventory accounts, inventory of raw materials, right? Inventory of finished goods. This type of inventory accounts we can block. We will block because, see, periodically we carry on physical verification of the stocks. So we will evaluate, right, the inventories of raw materials, finished goods, packing materials, etc., etc. This is called physical verification of inventories. In the physical verification of inventories, what happens is we evaluate the material inventories as such they are available in the warehouse. And that physical value is compared with the book value, right? And both should tally. If there are discrepancies or if there are differences between actual values and book values, the differences are inquired into. So while carrying on the physical verification of the stocks, normally the inventory accounts are blocked. If the inventory accounts are not blocked, then what happens? User will be going on posting the transactions into inventory accounts. In that case, sorry. In that case, where is the cutoff point where we can compare the physical value with the book value? That's why, right, at the time of physical verification of the stocks, normally we block the inventory accounts. Then one more, sometimes, say for example, we have the cash account, right? So the management has been suspecting that some cash is being misappropriated in the company. So secretly, the management has ordered the investigative audit. So just now, the investigative auditors came into your company. Then immediately they asked the cashier to block the cash account. Then nobody can post the transactions to cash account. Then they count the physical cash, right? And they compare with the balance in the cash account. Both should tally. And if there are differences between the cash account balance and physical cash, the cashier should be able to give the appropriate reasons for the difference. If he is not able to give the appropriate reasons, then he will give the investigative auditors will go into a little bit deep investigation. Like that, for different purposes, the GL accounts may have to be blocked, right? So in that case, how to block? That's one of the things I showed you. Now, here we are posting the transactions in F-02 also, right? In addition to F-02, we can post the business transactions into the GL account in FB50 also, right? So I will show you how to post the business transactions in FB50, right? See, here, company code SSPN is there, right? So it's not our company code. So we have to post the transactions in the general ledger accounting of our company code only, right? In that case, you click on this switch company code, right? Then you can take these notes while listening to the videos, okay? So company code, SSKH. Now, you can keep any number of cash accounts, right? There is no limit for any number of GL accounts you can maintain in a chart of accounts. Now, document date is 3/1/2023. Then posting date 3/1/2023, right? Then GL account, right? I am posting salaries payment, right? In the salaries payment, right? We debit the salaries account. GL account 400/100. Here, this is debit or credit, right? If you click on this, select debit. The amount in document currency, here for example, 10,000, right? Then text, salaries paid. Then business area, SSKH. Then GL account, 2,100,000 cash account. Cash account is to be created, right? So select credit. The amount in currency, 10,000. Then text, salaries paid. Business area, SSKH. Click on save. See, document 8 was posted in the company code SSKH. Now, what is the difference between FB50 transaction code and F-02 transaction code, right? Write down in the notes. We can post the business transaction in the GL. We can post the business transactions in the general ledger accounting in FB50 also. In FB50, it is not necessary to enter the posting keys. it is not necessary to enter the posting keys. We can directly enter debit and credit. We can directly enter debit and credit. Using the FB50 transaction code, using the FB50 transaction code, we can enter the business transactions. We can enter the business transactions only in the general ledger accounting. We can enter the business transactions only in the general ledger accounting. In F-02, we use the posting keys. We use the posting keys. We cannot enter debit or credit. We cannot enter debit and credit. We cannot enter debit and credit. In F-02, we can enter the business transactions. Relating to any account type. Relating to any account type. Means we can enter vendor invoices, purchase invoice also in F-02 with the help of the posting keys. But in FB50, you can enter the business transactions only in the GL account. We cannot enter the business transactions relating to vendors and customers. That is the difference. Normally, right, in the real time, the users prefers to use FB50. In the real-time project, right, when you're using the SAP software, the users will prefer to use FB50 because the entry is also very fast. Right? You can just enter GL account number, company GL account number, then debit or credit, then the amount, then other details you can enter. And also you can see the path here. The accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, document entry, right? FB50. Enter GL account document, right? F-02 general posting. Means you can enter the business transactions relating to any account type in F-0. Clear the difference? Then. Yes, right? Tapas is asking one question. Is there any format to import multiple entries? Right? Yes. So in the ECC, right? In the ECC, you can prepare one Excel sheet, right? Then that Excel sheet can be uploaded into SAP in ECC. But in S/4HANA, right? This is inbuilt. In S/4HANA, the function for exporting, we should say export, right? Not import, we should say export. So in order to export the multiple entries at a time, right? We have the inbuilt functionality in S/4HANA. But in ECC, that functionality is not inbuilt, right? Maximum you can post up to 999 line items only. But in S/4HANA, you can post up to 9,99,999 line items at a time. That function was extended in S/4HANA. Clear, Tapas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Parking of a document. We have not yet started HANA, right? Unless you understand completely ECC, you cannot understand S/4HANA, right? So in S/4HANA, there are inbuilt apps, right? Through that app, you can post multiple entries at a time. Once we complete as ECC, then we will see S/4HANA, not at this point of time. You cannot understand anything there. Okay, Chaman.
Okay, sir.
One more thing is, you should not pronounce that SAP HANA. SAP S/4HANA, right? SAP HANA is the database name, right? And SAP S/4HANA is the function module. Actually, this is called Simple Finance, right? SAP S/4HANA Simple Finance. So SAP S/4HANA is the package name. SAP HANA is the database. Then parking of document. So this parking of document, I have to explain you and show you at a stretch. We cannot stop in between, right? That's why this parking of documents, we will see in tomorrow's class. And before that, if you have any questions from the previous class, right, you can ask me now.
Yeah, Lakshman, in this ECC 6, how can we upload that Excel JE template into the...
We will see later, right? It is too early to discuss that.
Yeah, fine.
We have the tool LSMW. Using that, we can.
Okay.
Any doubts from anybody from today's class or from the previous class?
Sir, this is Abhishek here. I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, for GL account, the field for balance in local currency. So if we check that field, so that means whether it's a PL account or whether it's a balance sheet account, it will reflect in my local currency, right?
Yes.
And if in case of it's a clearing account, then in that case, if I check that, then in that case it will I mean the FX it will not allow to have the FX difference, right?
No, that is combined, that is in combination with the reconciliation account. Clearing is done, right? Clearing is done for the foreign, for the foreign currency invoices, right? Maybe vendor invoices and customer invoices, right? You do the clearing in the foreign currency only, right? In that case, reconciliation accounts are affected in the general ledger. Okay. So that's why system will not allow you to select reconciliation account. System will not allow you to select only balances in local currency for the reconciliation accounts. Right? So this we will discuss clearly at the time of clearing the invoices and accounts from an account. And also, if you remember, I told you one point at the time of creating the GL account master records to write that this indicator should not be selected for reconciliation accounts.
Yes.
And also the GL accounts maintained in foreign currencies.
Foreign currency. Okay.
Somebody posted one more question. No. See, when you block the GL account, right? See, Fardin is asking one question. How posting periods works in blocking and unblocking GL accounts? See, there isn't any connection between blocking and unblocking, blocking and unblocking of GL accounts and posting periods. See, even if the GL account is not blocked, right? And if the posting period is not opened, you cannot push the transaction. You cannot push the transaction, right? There isn't any connection between blocking and posting periods. And one more thing, right? Some of you are using the fiscal year variant K4, right? So K4 means calendar year. There are some US citizens, right? So they are using the fiscal year variant K4. K4 means calendar year, January to December. So in 3 days back, right, the calendar year was over. Now they have to change the periods for the posting periods variant. For that, they have to go to the transaction code OB52. In OB52, you open the periods, right? SSKH, then they have to change the year to 2023. Otherwise, they cannot post the transactions. Otherwise, they cannot post the transactions in the general ledger account, right? You just have to go to OB52 transaction code, and here you have to change the year to 2023. And those who are using the fiscal year variant V3, it's not necessary to change the year because still we are in the fiscal year 2022 only. Our fiscal year is up to March 2023, right? So those who are using the fiscal year variant V3, K4 only, right? They have to change the year to 2023 in OB52. That's it. Then anything else from anybody?
Yeah, yes, Lakshman. For me, that issue was not resolved yesterday. I told right.
I have forgotten actually yesterday, right?
Okay.
I will try to resolve it today. Actually, I forgot it yesterday.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay, then see you tomorrow same time. Good night and good day.